Hello and welcome to today's video. Now today is day 16 since I first started the Warrior Diet, or basically pushing my feeding window till later in the day. And I wanted to do a quick update because I haven't done an update, and I didn't also inform you guys that I've continued doing it. Well, I did in the description of the Warrior Diet update video, but I've been doing it still, and I'm really enjoying it. So I wasn't planning on making an update, but I decided to go ahead and do one just because of how amazing it's been. And I actually didn't even make a list as to what I wanted to talk about, so hopefully I don't go and ramble. But one of the things I did want to really bring up is that the past few days workouts have been so amazing. Like the best workouts that I've had in like a long time, maybe even ever. And I've been fasted. This wasn't the case that first week. That first week, towards the end of the feeding window when I would exercise, it would be, kind of difficult to get through. There's low energies. There's, mind chatter, like kind of like waiting for the food to come. Even though I wasn't like hungry like that, so it's crazy and interesting to see how the habits of the brain and of food consumption can kind of preoccupy and lead us to eat when really our body's not telling us to. Anyhow, so the workouts were amazing. Like I was just so in the zone, like the past few days. It's almost like I've crossed like a threshold of some type where I'm really functioning well. And I assume that I'm bouncing like, either in and out of ketosis or right around there, because I do consume a higher fat, lower carb, and at the same time I'm fasting for a really long time, and throughout the beginning portions of the day. And what else? Oh, my level of focus and like my stamina for focus, okay? And I know I keep talking about this, but it's really important to me. Like I'm really big on like biohacking and understanding my body and trying to optimize it to the best of my ability. And I've been finding that usually, and this has been this way for a really long time, I'm constantly experimenting with it and testing it through different phases because I assume it'll eventually change. But I've always been a morning person, and so I wake up at 4 a.m. and every time right around like noon, I always have an energy crash. Even if I wake up later, let's say I wake up at 7 or 8, when I'm traveling or something like that, I have an energy crash or like a kind of concentration crash right around noon, and that hasn't been the case with this experiment. I don't have that energy crash. Another thing I've found is I have more willpower to continue in doing the things that I don't want to do. I tend to do, I'm pretty trained and disciplined in doing the things that I don't necessarily care to do. But with this, I have more energy to do that instead of kind of like really pushing past the friction, which is usually what I have to do. Now I'm just like gliding across the friction with this Warrior Diet. And I assume partially what that might be, it's just me speculating, that I don't know if I've talked about it on the channel, maybe I'll do a video on it, but we only have a certain amount of willpower, willpower reserves. And so after a certain period of time of extending our willpower throughout the day, disciplining ourselves to do this thing, that thing, or whatever, that eventually kind of goes down and it becomes more difficult later on in the day. But because I'm not exercising or not any willpower, because I got crap to do, but because I'm not having to control as many factors such as food, for example, or when I consume food, then controlling my energy levels, that sort of thing, I think that kind of gives me a little bit of a boost, to kind of be able to continue. At least that's one of my theories. But I've been finding too that there's just no real desire to to eat. It's almost like it's a chore to do it. And that concerns me to a certain extent, just based on some other stuff. But you know, so if you're one of those people who are like, oh man, I just never feel like eating though, I'm a hard gainer, then maybe the warrior diet approach isn't for you. You still experiment with it. But for those who are interested in up-leveling your energy, your concentration, and your ability to function, I would definitely recommend this. And just know that, like, that first week, the first week, it may be frictionful for you. You know, it was semi-frictionful for me, specifically around the mental fog and that sort of thing. But I was also on, you know, menstruating at the time, so that could have had something to do with it too. But I really, really enjoyed it, and I don't know when I'm gonna stop. It's been really enjoyable. Another thing I find is I have so much more control of my, you know, my eating. Like, you know, last night, I had a few people over, and I didn't end up eating until like about 7. So 4 a.m. to 7 p.m. And I felt like I could go to bed, not even eat, you know, but of course I did. And energy was just like, boom, like streamlined, like, whoa, like, seriously, like crazy energy, crazy mental clarity too. Unfortunately, I am running a few different experiments at the same time, which I'm so bad at. I'm so bad at isolating variables when I run certain experiments. I've also been doing mouth taping at night, and I've also been taking cold showers. So I don't know, you know, if those have some type of contribution to, you know, what I'm experiencing too. But I'm really enjoying it. So I wanted to do a quick update video. I hope you are well. I hope your January was fantastic. We're getting ready to go into February. Make sure you kick ass, set your goals. Don't give me excuses. I will hold you accountable. Please hold me accountable. And I'll see you in the next video. So if you like the video, go ahead and leave it a thumbs up. I'll leave comments down below if you'd like to. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you're going to try this, or you're interested in trying this, I mean, definitely let me know, like, your results, because I'm curious as to if what I'm experiencing is, you know, maybe unique to me or something like that, or maybe those other variables I was saying has contributed to this great feeling that I've been having on this. So anyhow, I'll see you in the next video, and thank you so much for watching.